Hello, welcome to Unbound Wisdom. This is the second in the series of how to build a robust energy body. And if you haven't already listened to episode 1 of this series, I highly recommend that you go back and do that. We talked about a lot of the groundwork for what we will be going into today. Mainly, we discussed what exactly is our energy body, as well as why do we even care about the health of our energy field. So today, what I would like to discuss is the signs and symptoms of when we need to charge our field versus when we need to dissipate energy from our field. So those of us that are sensitive to energy or consider themselves to be empathic are greatly going to benefit from this lecture. Because I have noticed over the years that once I have been able to understand what my base level frequency feels like, this is what I call it, my base level frequency, that is what is my energy. No one else's stuff is in my field, it is all me. Once I'm able to recognize that, I know when something is off. I know when I'm absorbing someone else's stuff, and I can take steps to clear it quickly. I also notice if I'm becoming a little bit depleted, as in giving away too much of myself and not being able to regenerate enough energy to replenish it, then I know, okay, I need to take a step back and I need to do some things to recharge my energy field. So that's what we're going to be discussing today. The signs and symptoms of knowing when we need to clear versus when we need to recharge. And in my experience, they are two distinctly different states. And the methods that we're going to use for each state are a little bit different. And I found success in being able to differentiate between the two and take the appropriate actions in order to ameliorate the problem, so to speak. So first off, I want to go over some signs that I take notice of that are indicating that I need to charge my field. Now, these states are probably going to be most prevalent for the people that tend to give their energy away at a higher rate than they're able to replenish their field. Sometimes we may have unconscious energy leaks. Like we may have traumas that we have stored in our energy body that are causing an energy leak for us. We may have emotional cords that are still attached to our energy field that are no longer serving us. So this is something when a client comes to me, this is something that we work on. We work on having them recognize where exactly is the energy leaking from my field. If it's emotional cords, we work on doing what I call energy hygiene. So it's a consistent practice of transmuting those energetic cords that no longer serve. If it's trauma that's coming up that is causing energy leaks because we're being triggered and we're going down an emotional spiral that we're unable to recognize, then we work on healing that trauma. Whatever it is, if it's from a past life, we work on that. If it's maybe it's from childhood wounding, then we do some inner child work. But basically just noticing, where am I giving away so much of my own energy? And maybe it's just that you are an empathic person that tends to give out of your cup a lot, which is a wonderful quality. It's absolutely wonderful. But we also have to learn to recharge before we give more. Otherwise, we end up burned out, stressed out, and overwhelmed. So signs that I need to charge my field may include unexplained fatigue, either mentally or physically. So I might just need to lay in a quiet room because I'm exhausted and I have no real physical reason for being so tired, but I'm just worn out. Or I may be mentally fatigued, like my mind might be numb, not racing, but numb. Just like I have no capacity for solving any problems right now. I have no capacity for helping anybody right now. I need to be by myself. That's a sign for me that I am probably running low on energy. Inability to focus or retain information. Also, the tendency to be disassociated or checked out. And this happens so much in our society, and a lot of people don't even recognize it. It's the state that we go into when we're like in death scroll on Facebook. where we lose 2 hours of our time and we're basically just completely checked out of our life. It's when we just kind of zone off and stare off into space. Really, it's any time that we allow our consciousness to leave our body, not in a meditative state necessarily, but in a disassociated state where we're really not engaging with our life. We're not in our body. This tendency to disassociate is often linked to times when we need to recharge our energy field. Also, an extreme lack of motivation could be a sign that we need to slow down. We need to stop giving our energy away to the outside world, and we need to focus on recharging. I notice for myself as well, I pay close attention to how my face looks. So if I have a lackluster look in my eyes, that is a clear sign. It's when my eyes aren't sparkly anymore, or my field just doesn't seem as vibrant. I know that I need to recharge my energy field. Also, like a drawn, worn look. And I see this on people a lot, when they're completely burned out and they don't really realize that can be a very fixable state. And we can get to the point where it doesn't happen, first of all, because we recognize it before we get to that point. But even if it does happen, it's completely fixable. It's just the level of awareness that isn't there, but it's really not talked about very much either. So that's what I'm doing today. Hopefully it's helping. When I begin to notice any of the signs that I just mentioned, I know for a fact that the following practices will recharge my field. Everyone's going to have practices that work better than others for them. However, so I need to let you guys know that you are going to find things that you love doing that you can count on no matter what. This is going to recharge me. And those are the things that you just put in your toolbox and you use when you need to. Some of the things I might go over today, you might be like, yeah, that doesn't speak to me. And that's great too, because everyone is very different. Really just the awareness of, I need to charge my field. What works for me? What can I pull out of my toolbox? That's really the key. That's really the most important thing. So I have to note as well that in order to effectively charge our energy field, we have to be in our body. We cannot be checked out. We cannot be disassociated. We have to be in our body. So a really quick practice to get back in your body quickly is feel your toes. Close your eyes and feel your toes. Close your eyes, feel your fingers. Wiggle your fingers, feel them, notice them. Close your eyes and smell the air. See what you notice about the air. Anything where you can use your external senses to bring yourself back into your body. So taste could be one. However, a lot of people do disassociate by overeating. That happens. I see that happen often. And it's just a mindless state that we all sometimes get in, where it's really a numbing activity that we just eat extra even though we're not hungry, or may not even taste good anymore. But there is some disassociation that's going on with those instances where we're eating in times that we're not hungry. So once you are back in your body, once you are fully grounded, then this is the best time for you to do some of these practices. Some of my favorites are exposure to direct sunlight. I especially like turning my face to the sun. So I'm fully grounded, fully in my body. I turn my face to the sun and I envision the light from the sun coming into my field and charging my field. Very simple, very fast. Also, keeping hydrated is huge too, to keep our energy body vibrant. So the most pure water that you possibly can find, ideally. Also engaging in anything that is joyful. So if you can do something that's childlike, if you can play, if you can have some fun, if you can laugh, those are all incredible things to charge your energy field. Dancing, anything that you used to do when you were a kid and you had fun, that's the best thing you can possibly do to charge your energy field. And everyone's different. So, I mean, honestly, I would probably go play hopscotch, or I might jump rope or something. But other people might have fun riding their bike, or they might have fun reading a book that they enjoy. anything that brings them back to that childlike, joyful state while staying in their body. Also, for me, I really enjoy being around plants or petting an animal, like, and not just like patting them, like, okay, but like honestly engaging with the animal, like petting the animal, looking in the animal's eyes, you know, spending time connecting with that other being. That's hugely, hugely beneficial in charging our energy field. Invigorating scents can work as well. I personally love citrus. I love cedar. You could do pine. Really, any like essential oil, or even if you had a pine bough or something that you could smell out of your backyard or whatnot, just ground yourself, close your eyes, and take a big sniff of that pine bough or of that citrus or whatever it is, and you can actually honestly feel the energy rush back into your body. Oh, and for me, because you guys know, if you don't know already, I'm such a crystal nerd, and holding crystals is a huge, huge way that I recharge my energy field. In fact, I often wear them. I personally wear them all the time because I find that it does help keep me in a vibratory state that's ideal. For me, I like to do the higher vibrational crystals. Like, I really love quartz and kyanite and things that are mostly for the upper chakras. That's a whole nother talk though, but don't worry, we'll get there one day. So probably the best thing, however, is a daily conscious meditative energy practice. And I actually have one that I'll link below for you guys. But basically, you will sit in meditation in your body, not disassociated or checked out, but in your body, and you will pull light from source, from galactic center, or from the crystalline energy grid of the earth. I've really been playing around with that a lot lately, and I love that. And you visualize it flowing throughout your chakra system. Flowing throughout your chakra system, cleansing your energy and also recharging your energy as it does that. And if, you know, I think the meditation that I have for you guys today might be like 8 minutes long, 8 or 9 minutes. Not very long, but it does wonders for charging your field as well as dissipating energy. But that'll be our second topic today. And also, I quite enjoy chanting. It depends on which chant you want to try. You can look one up on YouTube and try it. I've been really into some Vedic chants lately, and I can really feel the energy rushing back into my body. There's tons of chants that you can do, and in the Vedic tradition that you do them 108 times in a row. So for most of them, it takes like 10-15 minutes. But that's been huge for me lately. That has been very energizing. Just a suggestion, if it feels right. All right, so there is a distinctly different feeling for me when my energy body is overstimulated and in need of diffusing. And this often occurs for people who tend to absorb the energy around them, either from others or from the environment. And this happens all the time to people that are sensitive to energy or empaths. I think, this is my opinion, but I feel like a lot of star seeds are on the earth plane at this exact time because we are working to transmute the negative, darker, denser energies on the earth. So part of our mission is to absorb those energies and transmute them. This is my opinion. This is something that I've actually been feeling a lot lately, and I've been guided to investigate, let's say. I think a lot of us are transmuters, and so we can easily get bogged down with the energy of the collective if we aren't properly taking care of our energy body. So if you are in a place like a loud, busy, bright location, maybe a concert, maybe a shopping mall, maybe a trampoline park, that's happened to me before, you absorb all of this stuff, all of the intense, loud craziness, and you have a distinctly different state in your body. And these are the signs that you will know that you need to dissipate, as in clear out the energy that is not yours. One, a feeling of overwhelmed and anxiousness. as if you need to escape your present location or your body. And this would be like, I don't understand why I'm overwhelmed. I shouldn't be overwhelmed. I shouldn't be stressed out right now. Nothing's going on in my life that would cause me to feel anxious, but I feel so anxious. I don't know what to do. That might be a sign that you need to dissipate foreign energy from your field. Also, feeling hyperactive. My family actually refers to this as Taz mode, because I become the Tasmanian devil. I go around and clean the house, and I do all sorts of things that don't even need to be done. But it's like I can't stop. And I've come to realize over the years that it is me needing to clear out the foreign energy out of my body. And it's like that was the only way that I knew to do it until I realized what was going on. And now I have a lot easier ways than mopping the floor. But also, having a noticeable constriction in your chest area that may result in shallow breathing or inability to catch your breath. This feels like someone's sitting on your chest. And that might be also go along with your anxious feelings. You know, if you're feeling constricted in the chest, like you can't breathe, then it makes you anxious and it's like a downward spiral. But both of these states can completely be caused by too much excess foreign energy in your energy body. Experiencing an agitated mind or scattered thoughts. So this is different than the first example where your mind was numb and you just wanted to check out. This is more like your mind is racing and you can't focus because there's too much going on and you don't know what your thoughts are because there's too many of them rolling around in your mind and you're completely scattered. So maybe you're making poor decisions because you can't actually focus on what the right decision might be. Maybe you're rushing around so much all the time, constantly busy, and for no real reason except your mind is completely scattered. Might be a sign that you need to dissipate energy from your field. And lastly, an unexplained increase in your rate of breathing or your heart rate. So maybe there's no reason for you to be out of breath, but all of a sudden you're out of breath. Could be that you're taking on someone else's stuff. So when I'm experiencing any of those symptoms, I have a few methods that I really love to diffuse the excess or foreign energy from my field. Again, we need to be mindful that we stay in our body, stay in the present moment for this to actually be effective. Because to dispel the energies quicker, we need to be solidly in our bodies. So this one sounds really simple, but it honestly works. I like to stomp my feet on the earth, like stomp them fully in my body, stomping on the earth, hopefully barefoot if possible. And maybe you're in grass, maybe you're lucky enough to have a nice little dirt area near you that you can take your shoes off and stomp. But that really does do wonders for grounding yourself and helping the energy to move out of your body. I like to do the fallout breath, which is taking a big deep breath followed by an audible heavy sigh. You can do it several times in a row if necessary. And on the last episode, we did this. So if you go back and listen, you'll get to hear an example. Also, exercise. This is so big. People that are sensitive to energy or empathic really benefit from daily exercise. And it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It could just be like a brisk walk around the block. But that does wonders for clearing your field. And it's probably best if we can do it often. Like, if not every day, at least 5 days a week. I personally love salt baths. Very, very, very good for clearing out foreign energies. Also, like if you are experiencing any negative energies or feel like you may be having a psychic attack or some sort of occult force interfering with you, you can take a salt bath, and that is very helpful in clearing it. I personally like Epsom salts. You can do Himalayan sea salt. At one point I'll do another video on this as well, but that's hugely beneficial for me. You can put essential oils in it if you want, make it smell very nice, and just have a nice little relaxing spa date. I like doing toning exercises as well, and by this I mean like scalar toning, where you're actually using your own voice your own vibration that's produced by your voice to clear out the energy blockages in your body. That could also be some chanting too. If you looked some up that you liked using, this could also help dispel energy, not just bring extra energy in. Also, burning Palo Santo or sage, hugely important. Hugely. This is something, especially right now with the way the energies are, especially over the last couple years, the collective energy is off the charts, and I'm sure you can all feel it because it's like a roller coaster. I'm sure you can all notice it. But in order to keep your space, like your home or your office, your car, whatever it is, your own special sanctuary clear, I highly recommend burning sage often, especially the last couple years, especially because we're all picking up on everyone else's emotions. And negative energies, I mean, this is the truth. Negative energies are going to look for the light. They are going to be looking for us. So keeping our field clear, if possible, is going to help, and also keeping our sanctuary clear with sage. And all you have to do is burn it a little bit here and there. It really does make a huge difference. And cutting emotional cords that no longer serve us, or revoking or closing agreements that are not for our highest good. That's also going to be important in us being able to maintain our energy body in a robust manner. So lastly, I have a couple energetic practices that I like doing. I'll describe to you real quickly for dissipating energy from our field. I have the Troitosphere exercise, where I envision light coming from source down through my body. I envision myself at like the center of a donut, basically. The light will come down through my body, and it will dissipate out, taking out any negative, foreign, or stagnant energies. And then I will draw it back up around the outside of the donut, around the outside of my auric field, and then back down again. And I can envision the energy running as quickly or as slowly as I want. And I kind of just feel it out, what feels good for that day. If I want to really rid a lot of energy, then I imagine it flowing quickly through my field. And I get to be in the middle of a donut. So who doesn't like that? I'm guessing that would be amazing in real life. The second one is the Merkaba, and this one's massively huge. So what I do for this one is I envision an upright pyramid coming down, source love light pyramid. You can make it any color you want. It can be shiny, it can be crystalline, whatever you want to make it, but it's powerful. You envision it coming down over the top of your head, the upright pyramid. And then I envision that one spinning to the right. Actually, no, that one goes to the left. I'm sorry. It looks like the right on camera, but this one goes to the left. And what it's doing is it's pulling in light from source or from the crystalline grid of the earth. You can envision whichever one you want. That's the top of your Merkaba, and it comes down over your body. The bottom of your Merkaba is going to be a pyramid that is facing this direction. So the base of it is facing up. And I pull it up, and it goes counterclockwise. So top one clockwise, bottom one counterclockwise, from where I'm sitting, from me as a person, or you as a person when you're doing this. The bottom one is going to be the bottom part of your Merkaba, and they're going to intersect around your body. And the bottom one is going to dispel any negative energies, any stagnant energies, any stale energies. And again, you can make that one spin as quickly as you want or as slowly as you want, depending on what you're trying to do that day and how it feels. This one I absolutely love. I do this Merkaba one often before bed because I feel like it helps my sleep, especially if I'm going through a period where I'm not sleeping well. My sleep's being interrupted by bad dreams, maybe. Oftentimes I feel like that could be some sort of negative energy trying to get at me. So I do the Merkaba right before bed, and I feel completely protected in my own cocoon, completely unaffected by any energy in the outside world. That one's very, very powerful. It takes a little bit of practice, but it's all in how you visualize it, truly. So Lastly, I just have to touch on the importance and the power of recognizing and working to heal trauma, including large traumatic events from your life or even from smaller traumatic events, either from childhood, from societal wounding, from your past lives, from your ancestral lineage. All these traumas can act as holes in our energy body that will manifest as a drain on our pranic life force. So, shoring up all of these holes will reliably result in strengthening our auric field, and it will also help us to increase our energetic capacity. And by that, I just mean our ability to hold more light so that we don't feel depleted. We have so much, we're able to hold so much light energy that we never feel depleted. That's if we can shore up as many holes as we possibly can so we're not leaking our energy everywhere. I hope this was helpful for you guys today. If you have any questions at all, please, please, please reach out to me. I'm absolutely here to help you. And if you'd like to check me out, I have an Instagram page. It's at Unbound_wisdom. And you can also find my website. It is linked in the link below. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Until next time.